Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20.
And thank you, Coach. We're 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in 2019 from Ohio State. It's Dwayne Haskins.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Offense.
Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw, Haskins. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith.
Let's go, baby.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. A look at the numbers for Geis a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. Now Haskins on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Where we go?
They'll run it here. This is James White. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A look now at the starters for the Giants defensively. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
Third down, here's Haskins. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And New York set to take the field. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. A first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 60 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
On second down, Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. Now Jones, able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ready. 10-2 stop. Watch the backer. Check. Crunch.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And some space here. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Ty Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
This is taken at the 18. Nifty move. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach his oratorical skills were on point.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. From the 31, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. That's caught by Trey Quinn. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Geis with the carry on second down. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins, complete. Richardson has it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Haskins on third down. Jordan Reed has it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, here's White. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a run with Geis. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. On the ground, it's Geis. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. The Redskins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Haskins. That's complete to Meredith. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Play action. Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way. Like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
On the draw, it's White. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
54, Mike, 54.
Here's Geis. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
Check the backer, check the backer.
They'll hand it out to Geis. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. On 3rd and goal, Haskins. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And Gay knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the drive started the shadow of their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield and at least getting 3.
Agreed on that one. A real nice job because really their goal was to get out of the shadows of those goalposts and give themselves a little bit of room to help out their defense. Instead, they got 3 points out of it.
This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Jones now off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
Plant. 56. You better bring it. You better bring it. Let me know.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Connects here with the tight end Blake Jarwin. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Start offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Haskins. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now Haskins to throw it, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. The Redskins send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
We often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. It's hauled in by Shepard. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins gets it to Meredith, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup, 15 yards. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Haskins now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's 1st down. Here's Haskins to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now it's Haskins. Out to the left here to Reed. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Saints who are out.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. New York set to take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Throwing, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Derek Barnett in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
The Redskins send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. That's on Kevin Zeitler, acquired in the Odell Beckham trade. He was looking for the tight end, Adam Shaheen, that time. Now Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now Saquon Barkley. It's a pickup of 8 yards to move him into a 3rd and 13 here. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And Tate's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Jones now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Ready. 70, Indy. 56. Come on. You better bring it. Let's go.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He'll rifle this from deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. 2nd and 15. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrich Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I'll guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, That's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Geis again. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1 yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Third down. Here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Redskins send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
It's Barkley on the counter.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The toss out to Barkley. Shrugs him off. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Back to throw. Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Haskins. And he coughs up. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And New York set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
23 yards on the play. Jones now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10.
Get ready.
They run the counter. Barkley, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Jones, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now this throw caught left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Looking to throw, Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Haskins. It's caught. This is White. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Throwing on second and long. Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Haskins will throw. Complete. Richardson has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. And now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be second and goal. Throwing again, here's Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll go to Barkley again. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked. And they are going to take possession of the football.
Well, if you're ever wondering, should I believe my special teams coach about, these plays are valuable? Think no more. Huge play, big block, and now they've set up their offense inside the 10-yard line. A chance to score.
So here's Haskins and the Redskins. Down 9-6, 2:23 to play. A field goal would tie it, but no question they're thinking touchdown here on 1st and goal. So a great special teams play. They blocked the punt and excellent field position, 1st and goal. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The New York set to take the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Jones. Throwing on 1st down. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Jones. He completes it to Tate. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. It's hauled in by Shepard. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones will get this out to Barkley, complete. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Check 41. Let's go, let's go. He's coming. Double left. He's coming, double left.
They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And it's good. He got it. He missed his long attempt earlier, but he connects when it matters most. And the Giants win the football game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Giants, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.